2008, before the last general election, I don't know whether Haris remembers this, he called me and he said, hey bro, you want to stand for elections this year, 2008? And I said, no, I'm not going to stand. No, I'm not ready. No, I'm not going to stand. I can't do this. About 2 months ago, I bumped into him in court and he said, Sri, how about it? Candidate for the next general election. I laughed, I smirked, and I said, I just kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I was hoping he would forget. I was hoping he would forget, but he didn't. He called me a month after that and said, Sreekant, why don't you become one of the independent initiative candidates? I was a bit curious, I have to say. But at the same time, I was thinking to myself, I'm going to hear Haris out and see what he has to offer. So I'm going to hear what he has to say. So I told him, I've got lots of questions. Actually, at that time, I didn't know what to ask him, but I just told him, I know I'm going to have some questions. So I got a lot of questions for you, Haris. He says, okay, let's go for a drink. So we did. So I told myself when I put the phone down after speaking to Haris, I said, I'm going to reject him. I'm going to let him down really slow so he doesn't get angry with me. He's a good friend. So I went for a drink with him and he started talking to me about what the independent initiative candidacy means and what it's all about. I started asking him a lot of questions, a lot of things that bothered me. I became devil's advocate, became DN for a while, started asking him all kinds of questions. Came up with good answers, and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to get back to you. Give me a couple of days. 2 days, hopefully 2 days. 2 days should be enough. So I went back, and I thought about it. I thought about times I complained about things that's going on in this country, things that's going on with the government right now. I thought about the complaints that I hear from cab drivers, how they are suppressed. I hear about complaints from hawkers on how their licenses are kept behind, are held back because certain payments have to be made. Certain things. These are small things generally for people, but for people who do things for a living, like cab driving, it's a huge thing. And then I also thought about complaints that I make to myself about things I do in court, about the cases I do and I fight for my clients where I believe their rights are not properly interpreted or looked at by the judiciary, the frustration I get when I come back after doing a case or arguing a case in court, and the complaints that my friends tell me about what's going on with them and how they're upset and they're fed up with everything. And I decided that something needs to be done about this, and I thought to myself, okay, maybe I'll do this. But we have an opposition party right now. We do have a good amount of opposition candidates in parliament. They should be all right. They're doing okay. So I thought about that as well. I sat down and thought about that. I thought about how much the opposition is doing right now. They're creating a lot of questions on a lot of things, a lot of issues, especially the budget. And there was one particular thing and a few things that going on in Parliament that I'm not really very happy about. And one of the main things that's bothered me since 2008 is there not being a proper shadow cabinet. That's always been a problem with me. I've kept putting that up. I've kept talking about it. And for me, I thought that if I keep complaining like this, not doing anything about it, then we're not going to move anywhere. We're going to keep complaining, and I'm going to keep complaining. I'm going to keep hearing all the complaints, but I wanted to be able to do something about it. So I texted Haris, and I told Haris, I'm going to be a candidate. I believe that the Rakyat is ready to make the change because of a lot of frustrations that's going on at this moment. And I believe that change can only come from you. It doesn't mean that an independent candidate is standing for elections, representing an independent initiative as you look at it, is just for himself. It's not. I'm not here for me. And that's one of the conditions that I told Haris as well, for me to accept this. I don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about you and the people, and I want to be able to help or assist in helping you make a decision on who you want to represent you in Parliament. Because the Rakyat must have access to that particular person that represents them. I believe that I am able to do that. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking, talking a bit about myself. But I really think I can. I think that the people has to make their own decisions on how a particular country should be run. That's a bit idealistic, I know. I've been brought up that way, so forgive me if you think that's a bit too idealistic. But at the end of the day, I think change is needed. And as what he just said, reform, of course he's talking about legal reform, I'm talking about change in general, needs to be made. Because at this moment in time, I don't know where this country is going to be heading. And I really hope that I, and Inchas, of course, can make that change for you. And I hope this country will be moving forward to another level. And I'm honored here standing, I'm honored saying that I'm honored that I'm the candidate, independent initiative candidate. I'm happy I accepted it. Initially I had a bit of a, I wasn't sure about it, or should I not? But yeah, I'm here now and I've accepted it, I've come down in public. I'm not going to back down now, I can't run, it's too late. I'm actually hoping to be able to serve and protect the rights of the Rakyat. That's what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do. So in a nutshell, that's why I chose to become this independent candidate. And I'd like to thank Haris, but Haris actually didn't force me to do this. He actually spoke to me about it, and I accepted it based on what I thought. And at this point in time, I think there's a lot of work to be done. It's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be easy at all. It's going to take a lot of my time, but I'm willing to sacrifice that for people. Thank you very much.